Hi there everyone and welcome back to the channel. Time for another preview, and of course it is FA Cup action this weekend. Palace are away at Doncaster Rovers. Massive game, we win this, we're in the quarter-final, and it's really looking like an underdog could go on. Maybe not necessarily to win it, but at least get to a semi-final or a final. I think it's nailed on that a lower league team or an outsider in the Premier League, such as ourselves, are going to get to the semi-final. That at least one team as well, without a doubt. It's just a fantastic year, and this year I think more than any other years sums up why the FA Cup's so amazing and why I still love it and want to win it every time we play Palace playing it. It's fantastic this year. It's been great. The upsets, the teams that are doing well, and the draws have been kind to us as well for once. I think I say that after we just beat Spurs in the last round, but you know, at home to Spurs wasn't a bad draw. I fancy us at home, really, apart from City. I fancy us at home against anyone in the FA Cup, because I think weakened teams, slightly different mentality in the FA Cup to playing them in the league. So I wasn't too upset with the home draw against Spurs, and in the end it was one of our best performances of the season, really. Fantastic, great atmosphere, as I'm sure you guys have all seen on my Twitter. Obviously social channels are in the description down below, so follow me up if you haven't already. But now we're playing Doncaster, so a quick preview on Doncaster Rovers. Obviously I don't know too much about them because they're in League One at the moment, doing very well in League One. They were in League Two a few years ago, got promoted, and are doing really well in League One now. I think it was back in 2011-12, correct me if I'm wrong, Doncaster, that you guys were in the Championship. Since then you've been in the lower leagues and some point struggling, but now you're bouncing back and looking really good. 6th in League One, 53 points, a nice little 4-point gap over Peterborough. So it's looking like, and the form you're on a nice little unbeaten run at the moment too. Won 3-0 in your last game against Southend, so they're on really good form. I think the one player to watch from just me looking Doncaster Rovers up and seeing how they're doing, John Marquise. I think he played for Millwall at one stage. The name rings a bell. But he's scored 22 goals so far this season. He scored his 22nd goal against Southend in their last game. So obviously man to watch there for us, and I think that we're going to I have no doubt in my mind we're going to go with a strong team. I think the fact that Roy played a strong team against Grimsby was quite surprising. I didn't think he would do that, and he did. Just scraped through in the end, stopped a replay. And then the Spurs, of course, we had quite a strong team for Spurs as well. Wickham did play, so a bit of a rotation there, and Schlupp did play as well in that game, but you know, off the back of that game, Schlupp is now being a first-team regular, I think it's fair to say, since Chiate's injury. So it was a fantastic game, that, and now we're playing Doncaster. I don't think we can take this lightly whatsoever, and I don't think Roy's going to be, you know, he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to be as stupid, I think is the right word, to play a really weakened side. And he's got to realise the situation we're in is... It's a great chance for us. It's an absolute fantastic chance. How I see the game going, I don't know really. As I said, I haven't seen Doncaster play. I don't know really the style of play around their side. I know they like going forward, a good wing play, and clearly Marquise is scoring loads of goals and he's the danger man to watch. But all I can really say is how I think we'll turn up. And to be honest, I think we're going to play how we usually play. I don't see us changing up just because it's Doncaster. I think we're going to give them respect, being the away side and the FA Cup and what's at stake. And I expect us to sit deep, counter-attack, really. I don't think there's any... I don't really understand if any fans would be unhappy if that's how we did play it. I don't think doing... You know, I think pressing as well and just sitting deep, compact. Historically, we've been very good at that. You know, get through the first 5-10 minutes without an early goal, because obviously the fans are going to be rocking. It's a sellout at Doncaster. So you want to just completely nullify the atmosphere, get the game settled down, try and make it a bit of a boring spectacle first 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then from there, go on and see what we can do, because we should get through this game on paper. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. But magic of the FA Cup, you never know. Doncaster doing very well at the moment, as I said, and it's not an easy tie. If it was a home game at Selhurst, I'd be a lot more confident. Not to say that I'm not confident. I do think over 90 minutes we'll get the job done, personally. But yeah, you've got to be wary of these things because of the FA Cup and Doncaster. You've got to be wary. In terms of the lineup, how I see it going, for Palace, I'm not going to predict the Doncaster lineup because I expect them to just go full strength. So whatever Doncaster Rovers' first team is, of course, comment below. Doncaster fans, if you're watching this, let me know if you agree or disagree with whatever I said so far. Same with Palace fans, of course. I love reading your comments below. But from a Palace point of view, I'm expecting Guaita to start. I think Sproney's still out with a knock. I can't see him playing, but I think it'll be, if Hennessy plays, then so be it. But I do think he'll go. I expect him to go full strength there, Hodgson. We'll see. But Guaita, I'd like to see him in goal. I think back four, I'm expecting him to do a similar back four to the one that played so well against Spurs. We were incredibly solid for the back four we played in that. Three of the starting back four weren't playing, and Scott Dann kind of just went into that like he hasn't been out for a year with an injury. Absolutely fantastic play from him, and glimpses of the form he was on just a few years ago when he was loosely linked with an England call up, and I think a lot of Palace fans, including myself, thought he definitely deserved to in that period of time that he was playing just out of his skin. Great ball playing centre back, really calm, composed on the ball. So I think that Dan will play. And I think that Sacco or Tompkins will play alongside him. Kelly at right back, I would put Kelly or Ward at right back. I could see Roy doing the same back four really as against Spurs really. So if Sacco not playing, he'd probably be on the bench. But I could definitely see Roy doing Ward, Dan, Kelly, Van Arnold as the back four. I'd have Guaita in goal, but Hennessy could easily slot in there. It's not easy to predict the FA Cup lineups because there always is some sort of rotation. It won't be 100% first team from Roy, but I do think he should play a strong team, and by strong I mean at least the same team that played Spurs. Midfield, I'd like to see us go in a similar 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 that we usually play with one up top. So Maya and Luca, I'd like to play there. Luca, of course, didn't play against Spurs, but if Kouyate's out, which I think he may be, then I think Luca will just play that. We don't have a game until next week anyway, so it's not like they're going to be. There's any reason to rest them. Just ahead of them, I'd play Max Meyer. Definitely deserves to start, in my opinion. He was great when he came on against West Ham. The link-up play with Zaha was amazing. That's a great point leading on to this. We're not at this stage that I'm recording this aware whether Zaha has got that extra game ban that he appealed. So at the moment, I'm going to assume that he is going to play. So I would have Zaha, Townsend, and I'll probably put Benteke up top again. Batshuayi could play there. He is eligible because, of course, he hasn't played in the FA Cup because he was on loan at Valencia first half of the season. But I feel that Roy, against Doncaster, he thinks I'm sure he'll feel Benteke will be enough to get the result. But obviously, have Batshuayi on the bench. I expect Batshuayi probably to be in the frame for starting away to Leicester next week in the league. So I probably would have Benteke starting, but I'm sure a lot of people would like Batshuayi to play as well. Either or, in my opinion, I think both would be great. But that'll be my lineup. Of course, if Zaha doesn't play, then Schlupp will probably slot in there out wide, or Ayew likes to play out in that wide position more so than up front. So there's a lot of rotation. We've got depth now. We've got options, which is great to see. As I said, how the game will go, I think we'll look to press them, to try and nullify the first 5-10 minutes, try and get the atmosphere down. Of course, the away end's going to be buzzing, but to nullify that and try and get the tempo down, and then go on after that first 10-15 minutes to try and then press them, cause mistakes, look to counter quickly with the pace that we have. And I think that's the best chance. I think that our pace in the counter-attack and our pace and our the skill that we've got from our wing play and the quality we have in the attacking areas, I think will be enough on the day